There have been engineers in the U.S. Army from the beginning. When Congress first authorized an army in 1775, it included a chief engineer and two assistants. The first chief engineer was Colonel Richard Gridley, who prepared the defensive works at Bunker Hill and later at Dorchester Heights, which compelled the British to evacuate Boston. But the first formal establishment of a Corps of Engineers by resolution of Congress occurred on March 11, 1779. That the engineers in the service of the United States shall be formed in a corps, and styled the Corps of Engineers, and shall take rank and enjoy the same rights, honors, and privileges with other troops in the Continental establishment. In 1802, the Military Peace Establishment Act was passed under President Thomas Jefferson. The act was designed to define the U.S. military, but among its purposes was to establish a school for engineers that would allow the U.S. to train its own engineers rather than rely on foreign trained engineers. That act established a Corps of Engineers as it exists today and directed them to be stationed at West Point in New York, where they were to establish an academy for engineers. The U.S. Military Academy at West Point was originally established to train American engineers, and until 1866, the superintendent was always an engineer. This is one reason that so many officers in the Civil War, including Robert E. Lee and George Gordon Meade, whose armies faced each other in the pivotal June 1863 Battle of Gettysburg, began their military careers as engineers.